Big energy, big energy. That's yours.
That's mine. Ow. Fuck.
Let me stretch. Welcome back, everyone. We left off on the power steering. We were looking for a fitting to get from the pressure sensor out because we need to run an oil feed to the turbo. So, Hunter.
Yeah, we did it.
What have we come up with?
We got all the parts, pieces, wig-wags, and knickknacks that we need. We should be good to go. What we're gonna do, so we're gonna take this nipple, thread it right in there, that way we can tee up, and we'll have enough room for the sensor. So the sensor will thread right into there. That's what I can do. Once we get that, we'll disconnect this one. It's all updated, good to go. We'll put it in there. And we got the connections. We got an extension if we need it. Just kidding, we don't need this.
Yeah, that's nice.
Shut up, Joe. We got that. We'll throw pipe tape all over this so it's gonna be nice and sealed up. And this bad boy threads right on there. And the biggest concern that we had was how exactly it's gonna fit once we've got it all in place, because this whole sorry, the assembly has to go back on here, and it's rather a tight fit. But Joe and I have already discussed that we might cut if we need to, because there's a flange plate over here for mounting that's really not even being used very much at all because it's already missing a bolt. So it should be good to go. We're gonna get it all put in place, get it ran, mount this back up. Once we got this mounted back up, we'll put the headers back on.
Again.
Then
we gotta weld the flange to the knockoff there, and then from there the turbo should be set up. Intercooler is gonna sit right under Hunter's crotch there. Then from there we gotta run the intake, and we gotta find a way to put that mass airflow center in there somehow.
I don't think that'll be too big a deal, even if we cut and throw it in there.
Yeah.
It should be well.
So we're gonna start working on the pipe fittings and all that, and after that I will come back to y'all with an update.
Let's get after it.
Okay, small update for everyone. We've gotten everything back up together except the alternator. We're gonna do that now. We have bolted the headers back up. We're gonna try and tack the flange down, at least for now, if not fully weld it. Hunter's gonna undo this tube, that way it's a little bit easier for me to reach in there and grab that. But we're making good progress. It's now almost 8:45, so it's getting a little bit late. Anyways, as I was saying, I'm gonna weld up those reams, and then after that we might be able to tack the flange tonight. If not, then we'll get right to it tomorrow. How is it going so far? Oh wait, I didn't even say, we got that turbo fitting in there. And now we got the line coming out of there. Alrighty. That is it for tonight. We ran out of wire on the welder, so we're gonna have to finish off tomorrow. But we have the flange sitting exactly where we want it to be. We welded up this piece, so this is all one piece now. We forgot to put the alternator back on, but we'll do that all tomorrow after we get off work. It is now 9:30. We've been working on this for about 3 hours now, so we're gonna head home. And Hunter, how fast will we be back?
And we're back, guys. We're ready to get going. This is day number 3
Of what, this week?
6, whatever it is. So Joe's gonna get this flange finished welded up, and then our next step is getting the turbo mounted. We've already got the nuts, the bolts. We're ready to go. Once Joe gets that welded up, in the meantime, I'll be working on running the wiring to the back end for the battery. Get a good ground strapping, put it all in place. We've already got the fuse box, but I got some strapping that we'll put down to keep all these wires up out of the way off the exhaust. And then from there, we look at the next big step as far as how we're going to run the piping to the intercooler. So let's get after it.
Okay, so we had to run to O'Reilly's to get some parts, and I didn't get to turn the camera on before we left, but we have all this mounted up now. The welds don't have to be pretty, but it's not going anywhere. We had to go to O'Reilly's because that guy needed some parts. Bought some connectors for the battery because we're having to reroute it. Got some essentials. And now we're gonna start working on mounting the turbo and seeing where that's gonna go, so we can start planning out our intercooler that's gonna route all the way down and around. And then Hunter's also got to finish up the wiring for the battery. it is getting a little late, so we might have to pack up here in a minute, and then we'll go into tomorrow from that video. But for now, he's gonna continue working on this kind of stuff, and then I'm gonna work on mounting that turbo up. We don't have a huge update, but guys, this is basically what we've been working with, right? Hunter's still working on wiring over there. He's having a great time. The turbo is in place where it's gonna sit. We're gonna have to try and finagle this somewhere and hide it. Or we could just leave it like that. I don't know. But this is where the turbo is gonna sit, guys. It's gonna sit just like that. We're gonna have to do the blow-off valve somewhere down here, just coming out of the bottom of that pipe. We gotta cut the mass airflow sensor out of this guy. Get that out of there somehow, which in the video, the guy just took that out and used the exact same tube, which I think we can do that. I think our silicones will go around that pretty nicely.
Yeah, actually, it probably would.
So that'll be pretty easy to do. But until then, I think we're just gonna start wrapping it up. I'm gonna start looking into the tapping of the oil pan, that way we can get that way started. That thing started. Hunter is going to continue to try and not kill himself over this wiring. He's having it's a struggle.
I don't know why. Absolutely.
Anyways, we're gonna pack it up. Tomorrow we'll be back, probably in about 8 hours or so. Wow, that doesn't seem like a lot. In about no, I'm sorry. We'll be back in about 22 hours. Good afternoon, everyone. It is like 3 o'clock on Saturday. We worked on Friday, did not get a single thing done.
That was a sad day.
It was a sad day indeed. So now today we are back. We had a little breakfast this morning. We did a little powwow. We started talking. So we got some parts that Hunter picked up from Ace. We got a piece sticking off the turbo now. So now we just got to take some of the piping that we got from the actual kit and find a way to run it to the intercooler. You can throw. Now we got to find a way to run that to the intercooler, which we still haven't mounted yet, but we got some self-tappers to help put up some brackets. And then that'll be up. Kevin's actually here. He's working on his truck back there. Say hi, Kevin.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah, we're gonna get to work. We're gonna get to work now. We're gonna get intercooler piping running and see what we get from that.
We still gotta fix my LED though that displays my mileage. It still counts though. I just hit 164.
mileage?
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns off.
Yeah, it turns off.
Mine's been doing that for years.
Yeah, it just turns off, but it still counts, so he's good.
I just
no
hit
reason.
164,000 miles.
Cool. I just hit 255,000.
No fucking way. Oh my god.
185.
Yeah, I have like 255,000 or something like that. But Hunter, what did you just do?
We got the intercooler mounted. Oh fuck, high energy.
We got it mounted.
We got him out.
Yeah. quick rundown. What the intercoil does is when it gets the cold air cold, because you don't want it to go kaboom, because in theory this is supposed to run fast, but we're doing the burnouts. I'm not going though.
All that, but I'm not going though.
How do you think today's going so far?
It's actually going really good. We got a late start, but I'm really pleased.
Oh,
really, I haven't had my head straight for a while, so it's nice to finally see some progress, because it's getting kind of stressful with this little time crunch we got.
Oh yeah, we got 2 weeks.
Yeah, Joe and I, we've got a lot going on in everyday life, so trying to get this going, we don't have the free time like some people do.
We don't have a shop either. Like we're lucky that his mom is allowing us to use this garage in the meantime, because we're moving houses from Seguin to San Antonio. So the fact that she's letting us use this garage, which isn't even fully built yet, to keep our car and our tools is amazing. So that's really helpful. See how we do this, which it shouldn't be too hard. It looks like just a 90 and a 45 up. We just got to find the clamps, and which we have them all there. So let's get to work.
Let's get after it.
All right, guys, we have ran piping, more piping. Our intercooler is almost done, and it's really close. We put a 90 in here, put a 45 there. This is gonna be, what is this called? Which one is this? This is the blow-off valve, right?
Yeah, blow-off valve.
That's gonna be the blow-off valve flange. It actually came with the kit, so we don't have to do any more welding on that. And then we just have to find a piece from here to there. But we also have to incorporate the mass airflow sensor. So,
Hello.
hi Rick.
Hello.
All right, guys. I know we said we were going to get to work on the oil pan, but we just figured out
What
that.
happened to high energy? Where'd it go?
All right, guys. That we just figured out So we just figured out that we don't want to take the oil pan off because then it's going to be exposed overnight and we don't want anything to get into our base. So we're going to wait for tomorrow. That being said, we are packing up for today. Hunter, we'll be back tomorrow. We just got in trouble by Hunter's mom. I haven't said that in about 7 years. But hey, look. We got the oil pan out. We didn't have to drop the sub. Oh my god. We didn't have to drop the subframe or anything. I mean, we got it out naturally. Just bent a few couple bars and lifted an engine and all that stuff. But hey, we got it.
Just
I thought the subframe dropped on me and I ascended into heaven. But we're good. We're gonna get our hole drilled and then we'll start JB welding this. That way we can have it cure overnight, and then in the morning we can probably get right to. Actually, no, we could probably take the oil line in right now. If we get
work in the morning.
Oh, I'm sorry, in the afternoon tomorrow.
It's like,
Tomorrow afternoon.
plans,
Tomorrow evening. We'll do that, but we're making progress. I was gonna film the oil pan stuff, but I thought no, because we're not really safe. All right, we cleaned up the oil pan as much as we could. There's still a little bit of glitter in there, but that's where we're gonna put the hole at. This is gonna be our little plug. We're gonna put some JB weld and get that nice and snug on there, and then put weld around it so it can stay still. All right, we're gonna pack up for the night. Hunter, what did we just do?
Played some fat beats.
We JB welded.
Sponsored by JB himself. JB Mooney, what's going on, my man?
Anyways, we're gonna let that sit overnight. We're gonna pack up our tools and we'll be back tomorrow evening after work. And we're back. And we're back. Before I got
Sorry.
before I got here today for work, Hunter said that he already put the oil pan on, so can't show you all that, but I'll show y'all whenever we get everything bolted up. We're working on getting this last strut on for the subframe, or I guess for that side. Subframe's all bolted up, so we're waiting on Hunter to do his job, and then everything will be out of that way.
You know, you make it sound like I haven't been doing anything all day.
You haven't. You got me water.
I'm gonna take the oil pan back off. I will spend the night out here taking the oil pan back off.
Oil pan is back on, guys. Look, that's the port that we made, so the line's gonna run kind of right through here up to the turbo. Theoretically, we should be able to start it once that's on. Oh wait, no, we don't have a filter or oil in it. We're starting to pack up though, because we got all the oil pan mounted up. We got Hunter's strut. We got everything mounted up. Now all we're missing is the wrench piece to put the oil filter on. So we're gonna wait to get that in the morning, since it is already 8:40. It took us a couple hours to get that, but we also got to work very late because it stormed in San Antonio for the first time in like 3 months. So Hunter is going to work on the battery, but one problem we have is the cables are now in the trunk, of course.
And the trunk is opened by a button, and the cat jumped on the trunk and closed it.
And our lock is broken.
Got a new sticker though.
Oh yeah. Design engineering. What is that from?
The pipe wrap
Oh, nice.
was in a package.
First sponsor.
Rich.
You'd have to crawl through the back seat to do it.
That's okay. You don't have to.
You want me to do it?
No, I just
I
hit
think
my
I've done it
elbow.
once before. Ow! Ow! I landed on my toe.
Yeah,
Hey pal, how you doing?
we did it.
Congrats. You gonna work on it from right there?
No.
Alright, I'll see you later.
Well. You let me out.
Hunter Johnson has finished his task of putting in batteries, and that means we have power, baby. Oh my god, we have put the belt back on. Hunter's kind of wrapped up his stuff. Put that back on. I took that off for the belt. Ready?
Yeah. Hold on. One more look over and make sure I'm not missing something. Belts are clear, hose is clear, lines are clear, turbo's on. Let her eat. If this starts up, just shut it right back off. The worry's gonna be like stupid. Leave it. Do it again. Cleaning out.
Give her a little air. Just a little bit. Well, she starts. And she's smoking. Hey, bud, we got a running car again.
We did it.
Good job. What have we done this week?
Well, we had to drop the whole subframe and lift the motor. That way we could get the oil pan and then put fresh RTV and mount that back up, along with mounting up the rest of the subframe, which came along with tie rod ends, sway bar, control link, ball joint.
The ball joint on the passenger side just straight up fell out when we took the strut off, so we tightened that back up to what we could. So, but you know, we're only going to be going in circles, so it's like we don't need that.
Oh wow!
What?
Here's the rest of it delete. How did we miss this?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's everywhere.
We're gonna have to clean that up.
All right, guys, that's the end of today's work. I don't know, the video is probably going to continue tomorrow or Friday, but we'll see you tomorrow.